treated by cannabis. And it is also an amazing food oil. So we have a plant that does not contain THC, for example, that can be used to replace a very toxic industry of cotton in this country. Right here, for 1 acre of hemp, you're going to get 2 to 3 acres of the same for cotton and the same for trees. So we have a multifold increasing in our efficiency and our sustainability for this planet, because we want to hand something down to the future. And cannabis and industrial hemp is one of those ingredients that involves not only treating our mental stress, and I want to tell you right now, everybody who becomes a cannabis activist, we're doing it for our soldiers who have PTSD, who have had a lot of serious damage to them, and cannabis is an amazing medicine for them. They will be dramatically helped. Right now, today, Sanjay Gupta is going to have the president on saying he believes in national medical access. So again, just whenever you call your representative, which I'm again encouraging you to make a phone call, write a letter, and it doesn't take much time, donate an hour a week towards making this country better, and say, you know, I'm here on behalf of our veterans who are struggling with suicide and depression. So anyway, just a quick historical notes. We have to recognize that it appears that cannabis is what is in the anointing oil of the Bible. And do your own research on that. It was called Cannabism in Hebrew, and that is what would make a Jewish priest or king. And it also appears that Jesus was remaking that recipe and sharing it with everyone who wanted to be anointed and thus become a Christian. So it has an entheogenic property, cannabis does. And that is documented throughout many cultures, including the Scythians, which, if you haven't heard of who they are, they're the ones that shared cannabis with Moses. The Scythians are archaeologically documented to have used cannabis, and they spread it from the Asia area all the way out to Europe and the Middle East. So anyway, again, encouraging you to take heart. We are in a very amazing time in American history, and each one of you, if you get involved and start, don't be afraid, you know, to share these ideas, because science is on our side. The government has been lying about cannabis since the mid-30s, certainly, and just so you know, why is cannabis illegal? Because many government studies have proven it is not a dangerous drug. In fact, a recent study said it is, alcohol is by far the most dangerous drug. So anyway, we got some great artists coming up here. I'm going to wrap this up a little bit. Okay, all right, we've got some more time. I tend to go on because I'm a social activist protester. So here we have a quote from Bob Marley. Herb is the healing of a nation. Alcohol is destruction. So we need this herb to reduce our overdose rate, which, by the way, it is documented that states that have medical cannabis have have dramatically reduced by 40% the overdose rate in those communities. And opiate use and overdose is a very serious issue in our area. So look at it as that. When you become an activist for cannabis, you're trying to address the organized crime problem, the violence in our streets, which is caused by gangsterism and the drug war. These things are all related together, and cannabis is one of those gateway issues, which, by the way, if you don't know it or not, cannabis is a Schedule I substance, which means it is in the same legal category as heroin. And obviously that is a complete lie. And you know, the Greeks had the boy that cried wolf story. Well, the government is crying wolf about cannabis, and I think they're losing their message about heroin, methamphetamine, and other drugs, because they're comparing cannabis to those drugs, and it's just not, that's not reality. So I want to close with an amazing quote by Carl Sagan. I got two quotes, one by Bob Marley, who you probably all know who he is, amazing artist and activist. When you use herb, it reveals you to yourself. And that self-awareness is one of the dangers of cannabis, according to the authority. The authorities don't want us to think for ourselves. And cannabis has that power of creating a self-awareness and something to really explore. Why is cannabis illegal, and what makes people actually start to listen to their own hearts and not to the authoritarian structure. And that is very threatening to how our society is run and structured. So this is a revolutionary effort, of personal empowerment, you know. So we got a struggle of big business versus family farms and the hemp, and we also have a struggle of consciousness where you have liberty and justice for all versus what appears to be fascism. So if we all become activists, we can create that sense of liberty and justice for all, which has not happened so far, I don't think, since the founding of our nation. So anyway, Carl Sagan, if you don't know who he is a passed on now, but he was awarded 2 doctoral degrees, was an amazing writer, science, astronomer, space scientist. And I, until recently, did not know that he was a cannabis activist. So when you become a cannabis activist, you join many amazing and powerful people who are lifting their hearts together to fix this world. All right, Carl Sagan. The illegality of cannabis is outrageous. It's an impediment of full utilization of a drug which helps produce the serenity and insight, sensitivity and fellowship so desperately needed in this increasingly mad and dangerous world. So have a great day, everybody. Take care of each other. Sign those petitions. Get active. God bless.
Will give you the same amount of paper as 4 acres of trees. And with hemp, you could get 1 or 2 growing seasons and never have to chop down a tree. So using less land, not chopping down trees, and having very fine and suitable paper. And if you notice a theme here, these are all economic opportunities. We don't have to be the slaves to the Walmarts and the McDonald's and the gas industry and the industry of war and the industry of prison. We need to be entrepreneurs around cannabis, not criminals. This is wrong. We need to dismantle the police state and take our liberties back. And cannabis is the cornerstone method to do so. Looming in the background of this beautiful park here in Scranton, like full plant cannabis to treat those conditions instead of being cut, burned, or poisoned. We don't even live in a country that is decent enough to allow most of its people reasonable access to those multi-trillion-dollar health care facilities. And we still don't have it. We simply have a system of subsidizing the problem, for-profit health care. We have to dismantle these bullies. Single-payer health insurance is another way. And it's why I say these issues are interconnected.
He's still fighting it in New York. If you've never checked out New York State Harvest Festival, you ought to go. You don't know. You don't know until you've been there. That place is awesome. That's what Denver wants to be. That's what Seattle wants to be. They all want to be there. That's where the great music is. So I'm going to introduce him to you right now. Please give him a big round of applause. He's Rob Robinson.
How you feeling, Scranton? Come on, I said, how you feeling, Scranton? How many people here smoke pot? In 1937, there were 50,000 marijuana smokers in America. Today, according to the government's own statistics, there are 20 to 50 million marijuana smokers in America, thus proving the ineffectiveness of their laws to begin with. My first time coming to Scranton 15 years ago, we were trying to put on a little pot rally at a club. And the DEA came in and they scared the club owner. They told him that he was going to be prosecuted under the Rave Act if he let us put on a pot rally at his club. So I salute you, Pennsylvania, because this is how it starts. We have to be the change we all want to to see. No one's going to change these laws for us, and we can't make the mistake of the 70s. Everyone thought pot was going to be legal by the 80s, and the laws just got worse and worse. We are on a precipice, and that is true. We are riding a wave, but we need to make sure we continue to ride that wave until all of our people are free. Gardening is never a crime. How many people here are registered to vote? I used to be the guy that stood up here and said if voting could change anything, it would be illegal. I was wrong. And I'm from a little town in New York called New Paltz, where me and two of my friends got together and we ran a campaign. We ran 2 people for village board and our buddy Jason for mayor. I remember sitting at the Students for Sensible Drug Policy meeting at 9:30 at night when Jason called me and said, "Yo, Rob, I gotta learn how to be a mayor." We took over our village board. We deprioritized marijuana arrests. We put solar panels on the village hall. We didn't allow the county to drive their trucks in our town unless they used biodiesel. We put reed beds to deal with our sewage issue. These are the changes that me and you can make as long as we stand united and do it. When it comes to marijuana, what you got to do is you've got to imagine a crop more versatile than the soybean, the cotton plant, and the Douglas fir tree put together. One whose products are interchangeable with those from timber or petroleum. One that grows like Jack's beanstalk with minimal tagging. There is such a crop. Cannabis, hemp, marijuana. Henry Ford introduced an automobile that ran on fuels derived from cannabis, hemp, marijuana. Even the fenders were made from hemp. Ford's vision was to grow an automobile from the soil. I'm sick and tired of being a conscientious objector in their war on drugs. I'm sick and fucking tired of watching them drag away my brothers and sisters, one by one, for smoking a plant that God, John Jehovah, gave us. How long are we willing to peacefully stand by? The first 2 drafts of the Declaration of Independence, they were written on cannabis hemp paper. The daughters of the American Revolution sewed hemp linens for the Continental Army. In regions where hemp was prominent, such as Hempstead, New York, and Hemp Hill, Texas. Towns all over the United States, they were named after cannabis hemp. Perhaps the most unfortunate aspect of the anti-marijuana legislation is that it defines a crime, which is a crime without any victim. I'm sick and tired of always having to look over my shoulder. I look at my rearview mirror and the cops, they're pulling me over. I'm sick and fucking tired of being searched and harassed time and time again. It's time we stood up and say no, like in the days of Nancy Reagan. No. Can I search your car? No. Can I search your house? No. Can I search your pockets? No. Can I search your dorm room? No. And friends don't rat out friends ever. You and me, we are the face of pro-choice America. And I'm going to leave you with this. The paradox of our time in history is that we have taller buildings, but shorter tempers. We have wider freeways, but narrower viewpoints. We spend more, but we have less. We buy more, but we enjoy it less. We have bigger houses and smaller families, more conveniences and less time. We have more degrees and less depth, more knowledge but less judgment, more experts but more problems, more medicine but less wellness. Disarmament with mutual honor and confidence is a continuing imperative. Today we must learn how to compose differences not with arms, but with intellect and decent purpose. Another war could utterly destroy this civilization which has been so slowly and painfully built over thousands of years. We must guard against the acquisition of unwanted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military and prison industrial complex. The CI's pushing crack in the ghettos of LA, while the food crops in Colombia get sprayed by the DEA. The FBI's reading your email with something called the carnivore, while the rich are getting richer and the poor are staying poor. They're launching nuclear-powered ships up into space. When they'll accident wipe out half the human race, they're putting radioactive waste into your silverware, or maybe your toaster, or perhaps your wheelchair. The Air Force is bombing Iraq every other day. They don't like their government, so their children have to pay. And the ozone hole is growing. The sheep are going blind, while the U.S. spends more on arms than the rest of the world combined. Journalists are getting fired from San Jose to Atlanta when they write about reality, not some fluff piece for Fanta. A death threat every week, and sometimes life is short when the truth is too dangerous for someone to report. And who will tell the people that free speech is a ruse? Big corporations run our country, and then they make our news. Is it media or mind control? Heroic victories or crimes? Who will tell the people that we're living in these times? 1 in 3 adult Americans cannot read or write, and their children go to bed hungry every night. 2 million U.S. citizens, they're rotting behind bars, and while they're there, they're working hard, building parts for cars. The Army's building torture schools to keep the youth under control, and they're relocating Navos so they can mine some extra coal. Our taxes pay McDonald's to sell tumors in Shanghai, while 100,000 poisoned vets, they're just about to die. And the people are resisting wherever you may go. This is the single biggest fact they don't want you to know. From New Delhi to New Mexico, there are battles going on, and the darkest hour, it's just before the dawn. In Berkeley and New York, they raided radio stations. They tried to turn the voice of the people into the voice of the big corporations. Will we seize the airwave, wipe the sweat off of our brow, stand and face the beast, shout democracy now? Who will tell the people that free speech is a ruse? Big corporations run our country, and then they make our news. Is it media or mind control? Heroic victories or crimes? Who will tell the people that we're living in these times? I want to thank each and every one of these guys for being here. I want to thank Jeff for inviting me. I want to thank all the organizers that put their time and effort in. This time, when you find out that this is going to happen again, you're going to bring 10 or 20 of your friends so that we see 2,000 people here and then 10,000 people here, and we can see the change we all want. We are the largest voter bloc in the United States. If everyone takes the vow that I took that says, I will never vote for another politician ever again that wants to put me, you, or my friends in jail for smoking a plant. And the last thing I'm going to say, people say, if you don't like it here, why don't you leave? I'm a United States Navy veteran. I fought for my country. I love my country. And I want my country back. Are you guys going to help us get it? Thank you, guys.
Now, how about that guy, huh? That was only half the speaker. Everybody, bring to you George Wesley.
What's that you say you're working all week long? Trying to make a living, just trying to get along. Well, the work is done and now it's time for fun. So come and join this party, we're talking everyone. Come on, and dance to job music, dance to job music. We just can't refuse it, we're gonna dance the night away. job music. We just can't refuse it. We gonna dance the night away, dance the night away. That's right. Give me little rhythm, give me little bass. Come on everybody, just a nice up the place. It's the agitation in the dance hall. The night I come and play this reggae music, make you feel alright. Come on dance to job music, dance to job music. We just can't refuse it. We gonna dance the night away. Come on and dance to job music, dance to job music. We just can't refuse it. We gonna dance the night away, night away. There was a cool and breezy sunny afternoon. You feel when you got no when I could tell because it was the month of June. How does it feel when you got no? When I went out of my gate and for a walk, what does it feel when you got no? Was a session of red and this is what they taught us. Listen. Pass the Gucci on the left hand side, pass the Gucci on the left hand side and make it burn. To make it burn. Another die, pass the Gucci on the left hand side, pass the Gucci on the left hand side and make it burn. To make it burn. Another die. Herbal version. Give me the sensei. All night long. 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 Come on and roll it in the river, burn it in the chalwa. Tell us in the palace, won't you pass it? Come on, pass it to the left, pass it to your right, pass it to your neighbors and we'll smoke it all night. Give me the sense. All night long, give me the sense. All night long, give me the sense. All night long, give me the sense. All night long. I say my name is Papa George on the microphone, man. We're coming here today to make you understand. Don't sniff no coke, I don't smoke no crack, I don't shoot no smack. It's a matter of fact, I smoke Sensibia every day. When I smoke my Sensi, I give thanks and praise to Almighty Jah of the heaven above. I want to thank Him for sending down this thing called love. Now, if love is a drug, give me more. Love is the drug we're all searching for. If love is a drug, give me more. Love is the drug we're all searching for. One love. I'm not talking about this. Love is gonna make you wanna jump and shout. Make it feel so good. Make it feel so fine. Let me tell you, love always relaxes your mind, so relax. Chill out. Just take it easy. And never have a doubt. Love to work it out. 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 Only the love to work it out. Give me little rhythm and give me little bass. Come on everybody, just a nice of the place. It's the agitation in the dance hall and I go my play this reggae music, make you feel alright. Come on dance. music. Just can't refuse it. We gonna dance the night away. Gonna dance to top music. To top music. We just can't refuse it. We gonna dance the night away. Dance the night away. Dance the night away. Yeah, man. Over the dance the night away. Yes. Yeah, your brave souls coming out to show support for the herb, you know? Yes. You know, it's time for a change. There's a time for a change, yes. Like I say, you know, this country was built on hemp. And the farmers are having a hard time. And they need a new crop to grow.
In terms of a gateway drug, when was the last time that it went to a wine and spirit store asking for a bottle of Chianti and someone at the wine and spirit store said, "Nope, feel great with that, it's crap." It doesn't happen. Gateway drugs are a product of the illegal illicit market, and once we have a market that is licensed to have hard to get easy to lose, that will be completely
Talk a little bit about how to answer this question. If it is legalized, who would control that kind of stuff? What can people expect if this is legalized in terms of what's going into the product?
Sure. If we have complete legalization, we will have a regulatory system that makes sure that there are no adulterants in it. We'll make sure that our patients know that there's no ammonia or anything toxic or harmful. I mean, they're going to be cancer patients, AIDS patients are better than post-traumatic stress. We need to make sure that they're given safe access to medication that they need.
Okay. Anything else you want to add? Okay. Was it a good turnout today?
Absolutely.
Okay. Spell your last name just for the record.
A-U-E-R, B as in boy, A-C-H.
Works for me. Thank you very much.
Okay, he's one of our guests, a lawyer from Philadelphia, come to talk about it. But this is the first ever Scranton cannabis rally.
Still say you got a good turnout here today.
Good crowd.
Yeah, very good turnout.
And it was rather hastily put together.
Okay. Was it just meant in support of the vote?
Pardon me?
Was it just in support of the vote?
You mean the House hearing?
The one that's coming up, yeah.
That's coming up tomorrow? Well, no, because the main focus here is on asserting that we do have a natural bill of human rights which should not criminalize us from interacting with a plant. So, we want to declare that and assert that. Though we support the medical bill and the industrial hemp bill, the most rational is complete legalization, bring it under the law, let adults make adult decisions. We're being protected from a substance that is safer than anything you could buy in stores. It's non-toxic, so bleach hurts and kills a few hundred people every year. Bad reaction to aspirin kills people. Tobacco, 250,000 Americans die a year from tobacco-related illness. I don't want prohibition. 300,000 a year from alcohol-related illnesses. I don't want alcohol prohibition. But it's wrong when they tell us that, we can't grow this benign plant and medicate ourselves as we see fit with something that's non-toxic, and the bands, we've had great music.
Yeah, I'm just going to get them right now. All right, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hopefully Tiffany gets it and doesn't get pulled over. Anyone here, too.
My name's Steve Auerbach. I'm a regulated substances lawyer from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm also the executive director of the Cannabis Growers Association in Pennsylvania. I'm here to help businessmen and women get involved in this space, make sure that our sick kids and our veterans get access to safe medicine that they need. Let's get our people off the medicines that are keeping them addicted, and let's take the power from these big corporations and put it back into the people. One of my jobs was I helped write Senate Bill 3 and HB 193. A couple months ago, a grower who wanted to get into this space asked me, he said, "Steve, do you know anything about what the growing laws are going to be?" I said, "Yeah, I helped write them." And I had everyone here in mind to make sure that everyone has access to the medicine that we need. Our goal is Tuesday of this week coming up at 12:15, our Senate subcommittee is going to take this under consideration. By June of this year, we're going to have a signed bill. Wolf is the most supportive governor that we've ever had in this space, and God willing, we're going to have decriminalization in 2 years and full adult recreation 5 to 6. The biggest impediment we have to full legalization is not the pharmaceutical companies, it's not the police officers' unions, it's not the for-profit prison systems, it's the inertia. It's people not showing up and showing power and what we need to do. Take a look at everyone here. You guys are rock stars. You guys are showing up and showing the man that we can take the power back. And we can bring a law, a just law for the people, by the people. God bless you all.